Well, shit, I did not expect this to happen. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, it's another day, another Colourpop. I literally just sat down to film a new makeup release video. It's why my eyebrows are done and nothing else is done, because I was going to do my makeup to film my new makeup release that I was going to have come out today. But lo and behold, there was a knock at my door and it was a package from Colourpop, and they sent over their new Colourpop collaboration with Winx. So I was like, well, shit, I did not expect that. So we're going to review this instead, and then I'll film that video afterwards. So you guys want to see what this collection is all about. Is it actually worth it? Well, then definitely keep on watching. I feel so stupid that my eyebrows are done and nothing else is done, because like bam in your face. But I genuinely was not expecting to get a package from Colourpop. I couldn't even tell you guys the last PR package that I got from Colourpop. It was probably sometime in like October, maybe November, or I think November. Or was it it was like the hair one, but like for palettes, but like that was it. And like the one prior was like 2 months before. Getting Colourpop PR is very few and far between for me. I never know what I'm gonna get. I never know when I'm gonna get anything or what I'm gonna get. So for this to arrive, I'm like, oh my God, because I did not expect that, especially because I saw this collection and I was like, I don't know who Winx is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've never heard of this in my life. So I thought it was a really pretty collection, but I was actually just passing on it. Wasn't going to pick it up. And now it's here. So I'm really going to kind of test it to see, would it have actually been worth my dollar? Did I make a mistake by not buying it? Like, I'm going to give you guys the real tea on it, but I'm really sorry. I've never heard of Winx before. I'm so sorry. I don't know where it's from, but I will say the collection is like super cute and very colorful. So, okay guys, so on the website, it says that the entire full collection that retailed for $125 is actually currently sold out. So that is fantastic. Congratulations, Colourpop. I'll have all the price points listed down here, as well as letting you guys know. I'm just gonna kind of browse the website because I literally was not prepared, because I had no idea I was getting this. So this collection is going to include the individual crystal sheet set right here. I wouldn't get a use out of that, but that's actually really cool. This collection is going to include 5 ultra glossy lips. These do retail for $10 a piece, or you guys can buy this set for $54. We do have the 3 light sticks. These will also retail for $11 a piece, or you guys can pay $29 to get all 3. We have a $10 Glitterly Obsessed glitter gel. I hate these things. Like, I don't know why Colourpop still does them, especially if you guys watched my declutter. I showed you guys what these look like after being open for several years. They turned into rocks. They turned into rocks. And then we do have the Just Like Magic palette right here. This actually retails for $24. So that's everything that's going to be in this collection. So I'm going to go ahead and open everything up. We're going to swatch everything, and then we're just going to dive into this collection to see if it's worth it. I'm going to quickly look this up because I'm curious, like, who this is, what this is. Winx Club? Winx Club. It came out in 2004. So obviously I was alive. I guess it's on Netflix. I've never heard of this show before, but the first thing on Google says, is Winx Club inappropriate? Is it supposed to be? Oh, is this the live action Fate the Winx Saga that's on Netflix? Oh, that's what this is. Okay, but this is, I guess, the cartoon version that came out before. Okay, cool. All right, so first things first, we are going to have, I'll start with the palette. We have the Just Like Magic Winx Club palette. First off, the packaging on this is so freaking cute. I think it's such a cute palette. I love the aesthetics. I love how that like glimmers and shines. And then you open on the inside, this is going to be a very beautiful, colorful palette. Like, I think it's a really pretty, colorful, like almost like spring-like pastel palette. If you guys know me, you guys know how much I really do love like pastel colors, especially from Colourpop. They have some really gorgeous shades. I'm going to quickly swatch these for you guys. I heard them say there's a duochrome in here, but I don't really see a duochrome unless it's supposed to be the shade Sonic Bomb. But I'm going to go ahead and swatch this for you guys, and then we're going to move on to the other ones. But what I will do is I will go ahead and zoom you guys in, because I feel like my swatches look better zoomed in versus being kind of far away. I feel like you guys can get a better idea of what the colors look like. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. Now you guys just get to stare at my brows even closer. I love it. So here we have the very first row right here. This is going to be the shade Domino Lifea Nature Symphony. Solera, and then this is going to be a shade called Pure Magic. Now this is going to be the dual chrome right here. This feels so incredibly soft. It feels like a super shock shadow actually. I love the way this one feels, and I feel like these two right here are actually going to be like their pressed glitter formula. They really did update their pressed glitters. Still not my favorite. I'm not a fan of pressed glitters. I do say that these swatch beautifully, but I don't know. There's something about them that the way they feel kind of like gritty and grainy, which is not my idea of a good shadow, but I will say that theirs do perform pretty well. I played with enough of Colourpop's reformulated pressed glitter snow. It's actually pretty good quality. I just still prefer shimmer over pressed glitter. Okay, so next we have the shade Fairy Vibes, Sonbolt Zenith. I love this shade. It's going to be a matte with a glitter reflect to it. Rising Tide, and we have Digital Blast right here. Very, very gorgeous shades. All right, then we have Sound of Melody, Dragon Flame, Charmix, Adros, and then Sonic Bomb. This pressed glitter shade right here is freaking gorgeous. It is a dual chrome pressed glitter. I mean, just look at that shift. Absolutely stunning. So that is the entire palette right here. I will say this is a very beautiful, almost like pastel rainbow vibe palette. Like that is exactly the vibes I get from this, is that it is a pastel rainbow vibe palette. I will say I really do love the formula on this. It's going to be like their Super Shock Shadow formula. I love that I could do like a close-up of this so you guys can actually see what the shades look like. So that is the palette right there. Now I'm going to move on to the glosses really fast. I'm going to swatch every single one of them, show you guys what they look like before we move on to the color sticks and the pressed glitter gel, and then quickly get into the eye look. All right, guys, so here are all the ultra glosses right here. They're actually super pretty. I wonder how the formula is going to be. It's an ultra glossy lip. Hopefully it's super glossy. Hopefully it's not too sticky. I'm not the biggest fan of Colourpop lip products, so I'm going to quickly swatch these for you guys. Okay, so the first shade we have right here, this is the shade Stella. It definitely has a little bit of like a golden orange undertone to it, so I could definitely see the shifts right here. I feel like this would be really beautiful on like a brown neutral lip, especially during the summer. I feel like it really will enhance it. I will say it smells like vanilla. It's not sticky. It does taste like vanilla, but the only problem with this is that it is very thick feeling. I can definitely feel it sitting on my lips. It's very thick, and I feel it. I could tell that this would definitely not be my favorite because I feel like, watch, see? That is the stuff that I hate. I hate when my hair gets stuck on lip gloss. Like that drives me absolutely crazy. And it normally happens whenever the lip gloss is really thick, and that's how this one is. So this will not be my favorite formula, but I will say it's super high shine. It does feel really nice. It's just really heavy, but it's non-sticky. So this is the shade Stella. Here we have the shade Flora. I feel like this one, would be like the most neutral of them all, like the most clear of them all. There's a slight hint of green, but it's not nearly as vibrant as the shade Stella was. So I feel like this would be like the best like topper on top of any liquid lip because it is so sheer. So here's the shade Flora. Okay, so here we have the shade name. I think it's Aisha. I could be wrong, but it's a beautiful name if it is. And it's like a nice blue one. It has a slight blue tint. It definitely makes their lips feel like they're really like frozen and cold. I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks by itself, but I will say it's a pretty color. Definitely kind of reminds me of Xenon Girl, the 21st century, slightly. It just feels like my lips look pretty pale and sickly, but here's the shade Aisha. Here we have the shade Bloom, light pink, a little bit more metallic-y looking. Not my favorite shade, but here is the shade Bloom. But here's the shade Bloom. I could definitely see this one being like the most popular one. Here we have the shade Musa. I feel like this one's actually really pretty. I could definitely see myself wearing this one by itself because it does have a pink shift to it, but it's not too like metallic looking. It's just like a really nice light pink. I feel like this will look really beautiful on top of a neutral lip as well as a pink lip. So here's the shade Musa. Oh my god, with like all this glitter on my face, it literally looks like Tinkerbell just farted on my face. Okay, so next we have the 3 light sticks right here. Okay, so here are the 3 light stick shades. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not exactly sure what the names are because I literally just threw them out of the box and they have no label on them whatsoever. So I really can't tell what this shade name is. I do apologize. If I find it, I'll have it like put on the screen right next to my hand. But here are the 3 shades right here. They're actually pretty lackluster in my opinion. We'll definitely have to try it on the face to see how well it compares. But you do have like a nice icy one, like a green metallic shift one right here, and a purple one right here. We'll definitely have to try it out to see how it actually works. I'm actually not the biggest fan of their light sticks. They're pretty, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. So lastly, we do have the Glitterly Obsessed Glitter Gel right here. This is going to be in the shade Trix. And it's going to look like so. Now I will say when it comes to their glittery gels, like they're really pretty, but I feel like these can be really dangerous because you're not really supposed to apply these to the eye because of the fact that they can be so dangerous because of how big those glitter flakes are. but they are beautiful. I just personally don't like wearing them because they're just a pain to work with. They're a pain to take off, but they are really, really beautiful. But that is a shade Enchantress right there. So let me go ahead and get my eye base going, and then we're gonna come back and do an eye review, test out these products, and see if this was actually worth it. This is why I hate working with like those glitters. So annoying. So because I'm going to use some pastel shades today, I'm going to kind of use like the yellow, the green, the blue. I wanted to go in purple, but I just feel like purple at the very end because it's shimmer might not look the best. So I think I'm going to skip that step as much as I want to. I might use that as like to apply like underneath the under eye. But I'm going to go in with like my P. Louise like colorful pastel bases because these shadows, as beautiful as they are, I know they're not going to perform the best on a regular topper. You want to use something that has just a little bit of color. Take my little yellow one and we're going to put this right here in the inner corner. And we're just going to stamp this shade in right here. Okay, so now that's laid down. We're going to go into the shade Solera right here. And we're going to start to lay that shade down right here. I just find that whatever works. I just find that whenever working with pastel shades, you should have like a color base underneath it. I know P. Louise has amazing bases, but I think Beauty Creation also has colorful bases as well. This just really helps to lock in that color and to help make it stay and last a lot longer and actually help give it to like a nice little pop without it being too light and blending itself away. All right, then I'm going to go in with this green base right here. Very lightly do the same thing. I'm just so sorry that like I haven't heard of this show before. I'm so sorry. Let me know, by the way, if you guys think let me know, by the way. I originally, like I said, was going to intend to have my new release video come out today, but this surprised me. Would you guys like me to post that video tomorrow on Saturday? Do you guys want to see it on Sunday, or should I just post it Monday? Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think I should do, because I don't mind posting it this weekend since I'm filming it directly after this one. So like, let me know. I want to know your guys' thoughts on that. Okay, now we're going to go into this beautiful shade called Zenith right here. I love Colourpop's like mattes that have that have glitter in them. I don't know why, I find them to be so pretty and they're always my favorites to work with. All right, then we're going to go into this beautiful shade called Charmix right here. Kind of reminds me of like Charmander. Also, I once again want to thank everybody who's been joining my live stream playing The Last of Us. It's been so exciting. I am playing again tonight. I should hopefully be live around 5:30, 6 o'clock the latest. As soon as I can get this video done, I will definitely like hop on. But I have just been having so much fun, and like to see you guys really falling in love with the game like me just makes me so happy, because I really had a feeling you guys would really enjoy it. And I love sharing that passion with you guys, and it's just been so incredible to see you guys on there enjoying the game. But not only that, you guys have really been forging a community with each other. You guys have been making friendships. You guys have been supporting each other, because we know we do have like really heart-to-heart conversations while playing, and it's just really nice to know that like you're not alone. And it's just been so wonderful having you guys there, and I really appreciate you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Okay guys, so that's kind of where we are right now. I'm going to come back with my lashes and my face, and I'm going to do the under eyes together as well as the inner corner, because I think I want to use this shade right here for the inner corner, but kind of tap it out with that shade. Maybe use this shade and this shade underneath. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but we're going to come back and do that together. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I thought about doing like false lashes, but I decided just to do my natural lashes today. So they're not the best. That is okay. I do want you guys to know there was one more gloss. I technically missed it. This is called Techna. And it's going to be like this purple gloss right here. Also, I've been finding these freaking glitter everywhere. But here's the shade Techna. I'm going to quickly put it on my lips so you guys can see. It has like a purple undertone to it. I'm so sorry I missed this. That was my fault. It was still in the box, but it's going to have like this purple undertone to it. Look, there's glitter in my hair. Ugh. That's why I hate the Glitterly Obsessed line. That is the shade Techna right there. So moving on to finish off the under eyes, we're gonna go back into this palette. I think I'm gonna go into the shade Andros right here, and we're gonna lightly buff that underneath the eye, and then we're gonna blend it out with some color. So far, I'm actually really enjoying this palette. I think Colourpop did a really good job with how colorful this palette is, how easy it is to work with. I love pastels, so it's like really, really pretty pastel rainbowy palette. So let's go ahead and put this right here. Okay, then I'm gonna blend that out with whatever is left on this brush. Okay, so now that that is done, we're gonna go in with the inner corner. So I'm gonna take the shade Pure Magic right here, this really soft Super Shock shadow. We're gonna put that in the inner corner. I mean, like literally the brush just like picks that up. And we're gonna just dab this right here. This is such a beautiful shade, but I'm gonna kind of use it as a base today because it is kind of light. And I do want to go in with a little bit of this pressed glitter because it is really pretty. So I'm just going to tap this right here. Then I'm going to go in just a little bit of the Nature Symphony right here, just very, very lightly. Just to kind of slightly place that right here, kind of like mixing the two together. Okay, so for highlighter, I think I'm going to go into whatever this shade is right here. Green one. I don't know what this one's called, but I'm just going to take my fan brush. Because I realized that I don't like putting powder on liquid on top of powder. So I'm just going to lightly go in my fan brush to get some sort of pigment off of this. Very light and subtle, but I know that if I actually apply the stick directly, it would probably end up shifting and moving my foundation, which I don't want it to do. So I'm just going to lightly apply that right there. That's cute, very light. Alright guys, so for lips, I'm going to go in with my Bourbon Lip Liner from Jaclyn Cosmetics and then my Zaya Liquid Lip in Perfection Liquid Lip from Lunar Beauty as like my base before we put the glosses on top. Okay, so now that the base is laid down, we're going to go in with the shade Stella right here. I said this would be really pretty on top of like a brown neutral lip. It would give you like that nice little summer vibe. So we're going to add that. I think that would really, you know, enhance this look. So let's go ahead and lay this down. Oh yeah. You can see that slight like yellow gold shift. That's really pretty. I like how that looks a lot, actually. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and zoom you guys out, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, and this is the final look. So what do we think? First off, I think the look is absolutely beautiful. I'm looking at the mirror right here. I think it's like a really beautiful pastel, like springy vibe look. I really love how it came out. I love how the whole makeup came out together. You guys can still see glitter in my hair. Moving into the collection individually, we do have the Winx Club palette right here, just like magic. And I have to say, this is such a gorgeous palette. It does retail for $24, and I really do love like the pastel rainbow vibes in this palette. I do wish that some of these shades in here were not their glitter formula, that they were actually like their shimmer or their super shock shadows. I will say they do have pigmentation to them. They're just a bitch to work with. I am just not a fan to work with pressed glitters in general. Their formula has definitely improved, but it's just they're messy and they get everywhere. But I will say overall, it's a really gorgeous palette. I didn't get to play with any of the pinks and oranges today. Those are colors I typically stay away from, but I will say these are super pigmented. I love when Colourpop has their shimmers inside their mattes. It's so freaking pretty. But I do recommend with these pastel shades, just to know, you guys can see that there is a little bit of patchiness to them. It has nothing to do with the actual like palette itself. It just has to do with, it's a pastel shade, and pastel shades are not the easiest to work with. They're absolutely beautiful when they work. They're really blendable. They look really gorgeous on the eye, but you do have to lay some sort of base down, preferably a color base to match. But if you don't, that's okay too. Just know that you are going to have them be just a little bit more faded compared to a normal matte because they are so light in pigment. But I think this is such a gorgeous palette. I think that if I were to buy anything from this collection, I would absolutely buy this palette right here because I think it's so beautiful, and I think it's a great way to start off the new 2023 year with Colourpop. I think this is a really beautiful palette, and I just love like the outside vibes a bit too. Super freaking aesthetically pleasing. Next, we do have all of their glossy lips right here. We do have 6 glosses, and they do retail for $10 a piece. I will say I really do like the shade Stella. I think it looks really beautiful on the lip. It definitely has a sheer tint to it, with just a hint of color. So each gloss you guys will see here will have a little bit of a tint to it, but not too much. It does kind of sheer itself out. I just think if you want to wear it by itself, you guys absolutely can. I prefer wearing these on top of a lipstick. I will still say it's not sticky whatsoever, which I do appreciate. And it's not as heavy as it was by itself. I think putting it on top of a liquid lip really helped to take away the heaviness from it. But my hair does touch it. But my hair has touched it, and it does kind of like shift the lipstick underneath, and it kind of gets on my face. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of the glosses. That's just my personal opinion when it comes to Colourpop. I'm just not the biggest fan of the lip products. They've never been like something that I've been like, yes, I have to have. I'm always like, hit and miss for me. So these are really, really, really pretty colors. I think they're perfect for like the spring season. I think they do match every single like fairy. Are they fairies? I think they match every single fairy. I am really glad I have them. Really nice springy colors as well. And I really do like the shade Stella. I think it blends really, really beautiful on lip. And they're only $10, which is not a bad price. Then we do have the light sticks right here. I personally am not the biggest fan of the light sticks. I will say you guys can kind of see the highlight. I didn't apply it directly because I do have a lot of powder on my face because I am so oily. I think if you would apply it directly on top of like a cream base, I feel like it can definitely have more pigmentation versus me using a brush. But I didn't want to move the powder underneath underneath and have it take away my foundation, because I usually have that happen when it comes to sticks. But I've never been a fan of stick highlighters ever. I have tried a few from Colourpop, and while they are pretty, they're definitely not worth it in my book personally. Like if I would have bought this collection, I definitely would have skipped out on this, just because I know at the end of the day I won't get a use out of these compared to the other items in this collection. So they're pretty, but they're definitely a little lackluster, something I definitely think you guys can pass on. Same thing with the Glitterly Obsessed. It's beautiful, right? Like you want to have like a really beautiful shiny topper, and I love the iridescent shift in here, like the holographic shift. It's so freaking beautiful. But I will say it turns to a rock within a couple years. Just know it turns into like a rock, and it just gets everywhere. It's difficult to take off. You guys can see on my hand, I tried using like micellar water to take it off. It does not want to come off. It's just stuck there. And that's one of the things as to why I hate their Glitterly Obsessed products. I'm just not a fan. Definitely something that I don't think would be worth it personally, in my opinion. Same thing with like these little crystals. I just personally would never get use out of it. That's one reason why I'm like, you could pass on this, just because I won't get a use out of crystals. I would never find myself using them. I know a lot of people out there love them, so if you do, I think that'd be a good investment to have. So did I make a mistake by not buying this collection as a consumer? Yes and no. Yes, for the mere fact that I could potentially missing out on this awesome palette and a couple of these lip glosses, but no, because I also know that I wouldn't have gotten a use out of the Glitterly Obsessed and the Color Sticks. So I definitely think it's like an equal balance. I think that if I didn't get this in PR, the only thing I would have definitely picked up is the palette itself, plus a couple of lip glosses, and called it a day. So that's what I mean by yes and no, because like, yes, there's some things that I absolutely would love and want to use, and other things I'm like, oh, I could have passed on. So I definitely think it's an equal balance. I think Colourpop did a wonderful job with this collection. Though some products are not my favorite, that doesn't mean that it's not good in any way, shape, or form. It's just not my personal favorite. It's just not my personal favorite from this collection. That's just my opinion. But I do think Colourpop did a fantastic job with this collection. It's super cute, and I think it's a great way to kick off the 2023 season. So Colourpop, thank you so much for sending this to me. I literally had no idea that I was getting it, and well, I'm very happy. So thank you guys so much. The full collection is currently sold out, but if you guys want to buy anything individually, everything is still available individually. I do recommend the palette and the lip glosses, but everything else, it's your discretion. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. Let me know if you guys want to see my new makeup release tomorrow on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys tonight on my live stream. We're doing part 3 of The Last of Us 1, and I'm so excited. I hope you guys are really enjoying the series, and I will have my Macari going on sale this weekend. So that is it, guys. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life, where you guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to all these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye! It's also going to have 5 lipsticks. It's also going to have 5 ultra glossy lips. They also this collection. So I'm gonna quickly swatch these, go through them. So I'm gonna quickly go ahead and swatch these. So I'm gonna quickly swatch these for you guys, and then we'll move on to. So hopefully it's not sticky. Like hopefully it's not sticky, because I'm not the biggest fan of Colourpop lip formulas. So okay, so that's kind of where we are right now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw on some mascara. Okay, so for okay, I definitely recommend. But yeah, I actually do like. Is the light sticks right. Fuck, how do I word this? It's 4 to 5 videos every. So that is.